Gamecocks. As we'll see, the #3 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Kick it away first. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Gamecocks have a lot of options on second and inches. Wants to go up top. Grab near the marker. It's Brown. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I like the slot receiver because it gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll send the tight end in motion. They go right back to him. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Well, he got you 2 on first down. He got you 2 on second. 2 won't get it done on third. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Trying to pick up a first down. Toss sweep to the right. Hard running there. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
The Gamecocks will punt this one away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Here's the handoff. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Caught, close to the marker, it's Tate. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Peoples. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
That last completion sets him up on second down. Quarterback may change this route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Tate. Open space at the 25. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
To the air on first down. Got his man on the right. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that...
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they strike first. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Power football with the run. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The run from the shotgun. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Buys a little extra time. And the defense forced the quarterback out of bounds before he could get rid of it. Had to take the loss.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
And the Gamecocks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll move the tight end. They'll try the run. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lets one fly deep. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19.
Well, we know this running back's a playmaker, and he's a guy they want to get going early and often in this game.
Also, you can wear out those big defensive linemen by making them chase.
Yeah, I like the idea of going outside. You want to mix and match it between the tackles to the outside. Get these big fellas running east-west.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Got his man quickly. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Get me a 1st down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. It's complete. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the 1st quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And we've come to the end of 1. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. To the air on 2nd down. Touchdown, Gamecocks! Quick strike through the air from the score.
And man, that was a nice job by the tight end, finding the soft spot in the defense in the end zone on that TD.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Smith. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and then guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. You get a return like that, and it can't just be the guy with the ball who's right. Everybody has to do a job, and they did that in brilliant fashion on that one. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Makes the catch. It's Harbor. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it! Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
He wants to throw it again. He'll take another shot here. Intercepted deep in his own end. Going the other way, and he's got room. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. The Gamecocks getting set on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. The give to the back. Turning it on. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
And that's the benefit to the run game. Keep pounding, keep pounding. Now you break one all the way down to the 2-yard.
And don't stop it. Get down, get lined up quick, and give it to this dude again to go score a TD.
And the Gamecocks trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal.
Check. Blue 82, black 14, tag. White 18, Rocky switch. White 100.
They're trying to slam it in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback. And his thought process, and that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
Looking for space, it's Peoples. He'll slither through and pick up 3 and get it out to the 10-yard line. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Might be changing the route. To the air, it's Sayin. Here's the pressure. Grabbed over the middle, it's Smith. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. This guy is just wearing them out. Another first down, already has a couple of touchdowns in the first half, David.
He has been a problem for this defense, and if I'm this offense, I'm going to continue to feature him. He's winning his...
He wants to take the top off. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, the defense is starting to figure it out, I think. It's taken them some time. This guy already has 2 touchdown catches. That time, though, they were in a better position in coverage to force the incompletion.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Grab near the sticks. It's Smith. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
On the option. Got room to work. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, it's just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great 2nd down opportunity.
He wants to change this route. Back to pass. It's Sayin. Throws to the tight end. It's complete. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Man, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
Fires downfield. Complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
At the pace this guy's going at right now, this could be a record-setting type day. This could be a game for the ages for this dude. He already has 2 touchdowns, picks up that first down. This is still the first half, guys. What is this guy capable of doing the rest of the game? We're going to find out.
The Buckeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. The give to the back. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Using his legs, it's Peoples. Oh, it's a fumble. Bounced right back to them. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Looking to pass, it's Sayin. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
That offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up a sack.
And the Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Tight end now in motion. Second down, he'll throw it. It's complete on the right side. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This crowd knows when to bring it. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Couldn't find anywhere to throw the football, just got rid of it, and that's the number one thing. Avoid disaster here. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He splits the uprights, and that will extend their lead even further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
They're trying to get the receiver on a drag route and work him through all the bodies in traffic, but there's just too much happening. I don't think he saw the throw real well, and it falls incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He'll step out of bounds at the 11. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Now on the option. The pitch. Touchdown, Ohio State. Great job by the back on the option.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll test the right side. Once for the tackle. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. The Gamecocks in the hurry-up. To the air, it's Sellers. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short.
Here we go.
The snap sets up the throw. Forced out of the pocket.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. The short hands, it's Jacobs. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And the Gamecocks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Fires to the right. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Going for it all. Touchdown, Gamecocks! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. A clutch throw and catch from the quarterback and the receiver in the end zone for the touchdown.
And I tell you what, you want to get pressure on the quarterback, but these situations, you drop so many guys back deep. But as a defender, you're not trying to catch the ball. You're trying to spike that thing as hard as you can into the ground. The defense has to do a better job, but the offense makes the big play, gets the huge Hail Mary.
That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. The Gamecocks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. On the move, plows through the defense. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams, Bryce, alive on 3rd down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Rolling right and going deep. And he'll pull it in inside the 20.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the 3rd quarter.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Quarterback making adjustments. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Gets it out fast. Can't get him to the ground. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
South Carolina, 14.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great, but I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass, it's Sellers. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. The give from the gun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Give to the running back. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
The Gamecocks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Coming up.
Black 93 Wizard! Black 93 Wizard!
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the 1st down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. And listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. He'll do it himself. It's a fumble. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Breaks into the open. The 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beatdown has ensued.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the 2nd level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And the extra point is good.
38, South Carolina, 14.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The lone back's got it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on 3rd down. They'll run the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. Defense got it. They're on the run.
And when you run the option, you run the risk of putting the ball on the deck. And especially once that thing starts to string out, and the defense does a really good job playing assignment football, man on a man. I got the quarterback taken care of, and you could tell. Had the running back taken care of, too. Nowhere to go with that pitch, and they forced the turnover.
On the run, it's Peoples. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll try the right side. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Brought down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. On the move. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
And on that situation, the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. The give to the single back.
Carried by the running back. Picks up 3. Brings up 2nd down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Sellers. Rushes on him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
Under fire. Going to try to get it himself. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground.
Well, the sack on the last play obviously put them behind the chains. He's doing everything he can on this scramble to try and go and get the 1st down, but got to give the defense tons of credit. Not only do you get the sack the previous play, but you're able to chase down a pretty athletic guy and now set up 4th.
And he'd hoped to pin him deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He'll try it again. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Good work up front to get that first down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. Running back searching for a hole. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They feed him again. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
The Buckeyes are on the move. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the tailback. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. The Buckeyes come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
And this offense does it again on 3rd down. They have been so elite on 3rd down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they've put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
They'll give it to the back. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.